Thanks for joining me. My name's Filet Mignon and this is Medium Rare Poetry. Today's poem was written back in 2022 when Australia was still grappling with the COVID-19 pandemic. The federal government had made a few errors in the way that they were combating this dreadful curse, and they were coming up to face an election. So they needed to change everybody's viewpoint so that we could vote them back in again. So they decided to boost our Navy by ordering nuclear-powered submarines. Now, I have some friends who live on an island off the coast of northern Brisbane called Bribie Island. And they told me a little secret, that they applied to have the new nuclear submarines have a base built in the waters surrounding Bribie Island. And this poem, The Stingray Submarine, explains exactly what happened.
The Stingray Submarine by Filet Mignon. The government was worried. It faced a new election. They had to woo the voting folk to make the right selection. Their record was abysmal, what with COVID ups and downs. They'd backed the wrong big pharma and seemed to look like clowns. Climate change was silly. It couldn't be our coal. They persevered with mining despite what they were told. And next, the wealthy East Coast endured a rainy bomb. The voters drowned in numbers. Where did this rain come from? The leaders round the planet all retained the same idea. If things were looking dodgy, well then, make them disappear. To fog the list of failures, create a new distraction. And fear is always handy when it's flogged unto distraction. Inscrutable our neighbours, they want us for their slaves, so let us boost our navy to thrash them on the waves. We ordered stealthy submarines, we got them cheap online. A base was then required to make these babies shine. The folks on Bribie Island thus supplied, and what the heck? The envelopes were muddled, the pollies signed the cheque. Because they're on an island, they're considered refugees, and thus they are expendable in battle with Chinese. Now Bribie's disconnected through a shallow waterway. It's known as its back passage, where the fishermen do play. Our enemies would never guess we hit a naval base with radiated submarines beneath its mangrove face. They seem to lack the features of a port both deep and wide. They had to be creative so the submarines could hide. This lethal silent vessel can be 20 metres high. Their waters couldn't take that, even with a Christmas tide. The very first delivery demanded alteration for us to be successful in a naval altercation. A team of panel beaters from the local smash repair beat the thing to blazes just as if they didn't care. The final iteration of the custom-made display, a thin and wide submersible, now named the Sweet Stingray. At 1.6 in metres, measured bottom to the top, a compact little beauty that no one would ever stop. To fit in all the systems for a modern sailor's dream, peculiar was our vessel with a 100-metre beam. When viewed from space, the Stingray seemed a shadow from a cloud, and down below its profile disappeared as if a shroud. The men who served upon her were indeed a special breed. Restricted by the ceiling height, they all had special needs. At least there were no stairs to climb, the case with many subs, a source of irritation on most other naval tubs. Recruited from the tradies, these were very special lads, 1,500 tilers who had brought their own knee pads. And so she went a-sailing way beneath the seven seas, protecting our Australia and the government's reprieve. Our besties down in Canberra were returned to rule again. Their cunning plan of fear had won them honours in the main. Our foes were loath to tackle us. We had a secret weapon, abandoning invasion, too afraid for us to step on. Cigars were glowing brightly, office bearers were secure, but crises seemed to propagate from sources quite obscure. Nationwide our bathrooms cracked, the voters couldn't pee, no Tyler could be found, as they had all been sent to sea.
It's all a funny business, this nuclear submarine stuff. And the fallout from when the orders were placed was that all the pundits were saying, oh, however have we got the intellectual ability to be able to handle nuclear reactors and run these types of submarines? Surely we just couldn't possibly do it. And I said to them, you can learn all this on YouTube, just like you can learn my poetry. That's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Before you go, please subscribe, like and share, and we will all not need nuclear submarines anymore, because we will rocket ourselves into the universe in peace and love. Wishing you a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.